Welcome to Class X. I am Tingting FAN. I'm a professor from Marketing Department of CUHK Business School. Today is my first time standing on such a fancy stage with a huge screen and 3 intimidating cameras on me, and even a group of 10 people telling me what to wear, where to stand, and how to smile like a professor. But I was also told if I screw up today, this is my last time. So given that this is my once-in-a-lifetime experience, I should be very careful about the topic. So I asked Professor King what he talked about on Wednesday, and he said, universe. And I was like, man, if you talk about the entire universe, what have you left for me? So I have to take the opposite way. If Professor King talked about the most profound universe, I should talk about something least profound, like online dating. But I wasn't 100% sure about this topic, so I asked around. I asked my boss, what about online dating? He stared at me through his thick glasses. No, he sounded very seriously. What kind of professors talk about online dating? I thought he's too old for this topic, so I turned to my friends. What about online dating? They look at me like the way they look at a cycle. No, they sound very firm. Aren't you too old for this market? At last, I have to turn to my sweet husband, who always backed me up. Honey, what about online dating? His smile froze, his eyes rolled, and his fist clenched. Haven't you already out of this market for 10 years? What are you going to do there? Well, I couldn't argue with them because they all get their points. I am a serious professor, I am 36 years old, and I have been married for 10 years. I have no idea about online dating. What should I do? Well, I can certainly learn. What is the best way to learn? Learning by doing. So at 1 midnight, when my husband was sleeping well, I sneaked out of my room, turned on my iPhone, opened up the App Store, and secretly downloaded this evil app, Tinder. Look at that little flame. That was exactly how I felt when I created my account. I used the initials of my first name as my account name, TT. Cute, huh? I also reported my real age, 36, because I wanted to test if I'm too old for this market. And the most important thing should be the picture, so I used the best one. Then I realized my university could fire me if they know that I used the picture they shot for my CUHK website on Tinder. But who cares? I am officially on Tinder. Look at me. I was looking fine, right? Well, I'm more than fine. Look at that. More than 99 people like me. As a 36-year-old woman, on my first Tinder night, I was absolutely fabulous. In fact, I was more fabulous when I look at the men that recommended to me by Tinder. Cute, cuter, and cutest. Well, I was too excited to go back to sleep. I couldn't help wondering, why were those 3 cute guys on Tinder? Weren't they supposedly to be popular offline? What was wrong with them? Or what is wrong with this online dating market? We're not the only animals to date. Monkeys also date. We're not the first generation to date. Our parents, our grandparents, our grand-grandparents also date. How do they date? Researchers from Stanford and the City College of New York showed how couples in the United States meet with each other in the past 70 years. Apparently, through friends have always been the most important channel. But since 1995, online dating has become more and more important. Now, it's more important than the friends that you see at schools, It's more important than the friends you see at church. And now it's even as important as the people that you see at bars and restaurants. Why? Why does online dating becomes more important while through friends becomes less important? Well, let's go back to monkeys. Monkeys meet their dates not on Tinder, but among their group mates, because they all live together and they know each other very well. What about our parents? Your dad met your mom not on Tinder, but through their common friends, because your dad, your mom, and their common friends are all in Hong Kong and they know each other very well. What about us? What have changed so that we all meet on Tinder today? Let me give you a few numbers and see if you can take a guess. In 1990, about 550,000 Hong Kong people were living outside of Hong Kong. In 2017, that number went up to 2,900,000. A big increase, right? Well, this increase looks even more dramatic if we do a little calculation. In 1990, Hong Kong's population is 5.7 million. In 2017, Hong Kong's population became 7.4 million. What do those numbers tell us? Well, those numbers tells us in 1990, out of every 10 Hong Kong people, 1 moved out of Hong Kong. 27 years later, in 2017, out of every 10 Hong Kong people, 4 move out. From 1 to 4, it tells us how easier it gets today for people to move geographically. Now think about your friends in secondary school, your friends at college, or even your colleagues a few years earlier. Are they still in Hong Kong? Or some of them have moved out of Hong Kong? And when they move out, how often do you keep in touch with each other? Now what gets more interesting is to look at who are most likely to move around. Not your grandparents, not your parents, but you. People between 20 to 39 years old are most likely to move geographically. 20 to 39 years old. Think about it. Isn't that also the golden period for dating? 20 years old, you're old enough to kiss your girlfriend publicly. 30 years old, you're fine to spend the night with your girlfriend privately. 39 years old, congratulations, man. You're free to do anything with your partners, publicly and privately. But wait, 20 to 39 years old, during this golden period, you and your friends are also busy moving around. Your first love may have moved to the other side of the planet. Your first kiss may have moved to a completely different time zone. And your first love may have moved to the other side of the ocean. And all you can do is sitting in front of your computer, looking at their cute new boyfriends on Facebook. So there is nothing wrong with those 3 cute guys. They are indeed popular offline, but they also have a good reason to be on Tinder. Probably because their old friends have moved out of Hong Kong. So when offline dating shuts down the door, online dating opens up a new window. It opens up a larger pool of people that are around you. But the question is, when online dating opens up a new window, can it really help us find our true love? Now let's first look at how we date offline. Remember the first time you fell in love? You spotted her in a nice coffee shop. Your eyes lighted up when she smiled. Your ears opened up when she spoke. And your heart stopped when she looked at you. And you used your best courage walking towards her and said hi awkwardly to her. Luckily, she was nice enough to talk back. The more you talk, the more you get to know each other. And before you're saying bye, you asked her, would you like to go out with me again? And she said, Yes. What a beautiful date. This is how we date offline. Meet first, then talk, then screen, and finally date. But when we move everything from offline to online, are we still doing the same thing? Now, instead of meeting at a coffee shop, we meet on Tinder. Instead of talking face to face, now we talk fingers to fingers. Instead of asking her out for a movie, now you ask her out by sharing more details of your life. But wait, do we randomly meet people on Tinder? The truth is, no. Because Tinder started to screen out people even before you meet them. Now let's look at those three cute guys again. All three of them are in Hong Kong. Coincidence? No. Because I told Tinder that I'm living in Hong Kong, so Tinder screened out the men who are not in Hong Kong. All three of them are around the age of 36. Am I lucky? No. I told Tinder that I'm 36 years old, so Tinder screened out the men who are either too young or too old for me. And all three of them look incredibly cute. Do I deserve that? Well, I wanted to say yes, but the truth is, no. I told Tinder that I'm working in a university, I enjoy working out in the gym, and I've spent 6 years living in New York City. So Tinder screened out the men who might even look cuter, but Tinder believes that they are out of my league. So I have no chance at all to meet those even cuter guys, charm them with my little jokes, just because Tinder's ruthless algorithm believes that they are out of my league. But is it possible that my true love are among those cuter men? Well, of course it's possible. So the question is, if Tinder can miss our true love, what can we do? How can we help Tinder not to miss our true love? Well, this is where our professors can help. We may not be good at flirting on Tinder, but we may know something that can help you flirt on Tinder. Researchers at Stanford and Northwestern, they found lots of factors other than a pretty face that can predict a date between a man and a woman, including your voice. When a man talks to a woman, if he limits the range of his pitch, he is showing his interest. Because monotone voices is usually perceived by women as masculine. But when a woman talks to a man, if she varies the range of her pitch, sometimes softly, sometimes very exciting, well, congratulations, men, you have a real chance. Not only voice can help, your words can help. A woman is unlikely to be interested in a man if she uses lots of words like sort of, kind of, probably. So guys, if a girl sort of like her drinks, kind of feeling fine, probably call you back, sorry guys, she is sort of, kind of, probably not into you. But if a woman uses lots of words like, I mean, you know, well, she is interested. Why? Because those words are inviting words, inviting your attention. You know what I mean. Well, sometimes even question marks can help. Intuitively, we believe that questions are a sign of interest. Like at the end of my talk, if I got lots of questions, that means you are interested and I did a great job. But in the context of dating, especially in the first date, if you always get questions like, do you have brothers and sisters? How many brothers and sisters do you have? What are your brothers and sisters doing? Men, if you always get those kind of questions, I feel so sorry for you. Because those are the things people say when they have nothing else to say. So the best first date should only have one question at the end. Would you like to go out with me? And if that's the case, congrats, man. the answer that you get will likely to be yes. See, those are a few examples to show you that there are lots and lots of factors other than a pretty face that can predict the date between a man and a woman. There could be more. How you smile, where you put your arms, how you move your body. If Tinder might miss our true love, we can do something. We can innovate Tinder by adding all those factors into its algorithm so that Tinder will not miss our true love. On my short journey on Tinder, I realized Tinder is not that smart yet. And that's why I said nope to all 3 men. Not because I'm married, not owning because I'm married. See, that's important. But also because they are not my types. While Tinder is not smart, we are smart. Our innovations can make Tinder smart. After all, true love is sweet. Finding the true love can be bitter. How do lemons turn into lemonade? The innovations are in your hands. Well, thank you very much for listening to my talk, and let's see what questions that you have for me. All right, I got the first question. Why are you choosing online dating for today's talk? Well, this is a good one because I believe this one might come from a caring parent who are concerned with this topic publicly. Well, I chose online dating for today's talk not just because it's interesting for everyone, but more importantly, I would like to use this as an example to show you what we can learn in university education. So for me, university education is not about taking exams, sitting in the classroom, taking notes, getting A's in all your courses. But university education should be a journey to the world, the adventure to the unknowns, and more importantly, the liberation of our mind. So in my classes, I not only talk about online dating, I also talk about gambling, I could talk about drug dealers, and I also talk about porn industries, but mostly from marketing's perspective, because I believe when we open up our mind, we will be amazed by how interesting our world can be. So if you're interested, I would like to have you join my journey. All right, let's see the second question. I got the second one here. Will online dating replace offline dating completely? This is a good one. Well, let me ask you questions. All right? Let me ask you back. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer a sweet kiss or an email of I love you? Do you prefer a huge hug or a message of I miss you? Do you prefer a cute cuddle or many emoji hearts? Well, I don't know about your preferences, but for me, I think all are important, and I like to have all of them. So online dating and offline dating are not substitute for each other, but at different stages of dating, I believe one can be preferred to another. For example, at the beginning of a dating, I might prefer online dating because it's easier to initiate a conversation. But as the relationship goes on, I need offline dating because I need to meet face to face so that I can feel the chemistry. But at the same time, I won't give up online conversations because when I don't have time for face-to-face meeting, I need online conversations to going on. So for me, online dating and offline dating is more like coffee and milk. So when you put them together, you can enjoy the aroma in the air and the warmth in your heart. All right? And let's see what's the next question. So on Tinder, how can we tell who is after a serious relationship, who is only after a one-night stand? Well, this is a very challenging question, especially for a 36-year-old woman who only signed up for Tinder for this talk. Personally, I don't know how to tell, but I hope one day technologies can help. For example, if people tend to say some words when they're looking for a serious relationship, technology may help us to identify those people. If people are more likely to use certain images when they're looking for a one-night stand, then the algorithm may help us to separate those people from others. But I think the most challenging thing here is not about technology. I think it's more about our human being. Do we really know, or do we always know, if we are after a serious relationship, or are we after a one-night stand, or just something in between? And if human beings don't know the answer, how can technologies help? All right, so let's see the next question. In your opinion, does Tinder make people more outgoing or more social fear? I would say yes or no, because it really depends, who you are, and also what stages that you are in a relationship. As online dating gets more popular, at the very beginning, you might observe, people become less social fear just because that they can rely on online dating instead of going out. But does that really mean that they are feared of social activities? I don't think so. Because if you look at how they talk on Tinder, they talk a lot. And that is one kind of social activities. And as I mentioned before, when they find someone that they are interested in, they will go out, meet them, right? That's our curiosity. So I don't think online dating makes people, more or less outgoing. Our human beings, we need social activities from day one. All right, so now it's just the technologies that facilitate our social activities. Let's see the next one. How do you think online dating in nowadays? This is a pretty huge question. Well, as I am a professor in business school, so I might, let me answer it from business perspective. I think online dating opens up a lot of business opportunities for all of us. As the trend of dating switch from offline to online, I believe that everything that can help with your relationship can be your business opportunities. It's not limited to a good online dating platform, but also includes all kinds of online activities that couples can enjoy, right? So including playing games together online, sharing videos, or even some virtual activities that couples can enjoy. So as I said, true love is sweet. Finding the true love can be bitter. If you have any ideas that can turn lemon to lemonade, those ideas are your opportunities. Okay? Well, that's fine. The next one. Well, look, I have lots of questions, so that means you are interested and I didn't screw it up. So let's look at the next one. Can you use your marketing knowledge to teach us how to promote ourselves on online dating app? Well, this is a real question to test if I'm a good professor or not. See, I have to be honest. So far, I got no match on Tinder, which means I didn't do well promoting myself. Okay? So maybe you have more experience than I do, but from the marketing perspective, you definitely need a good package. But keep in mind, package is less important than who you really are. Because at the end of the day, if you are looking for a serious relationship, you need to find someone who can match with you. You cannot change yourself all the time just to meet a cute guy, right? So stick who you are and try to show the best side of you. I think that would be my strategy. I wish you best luck, and I wish you'll find the true love on Tinder. All right, so I have more questions coming in, which is a good thing. The next one is, how can we innovate the online dating platform? That's interesting. So as I said in the talk, I truly believe that technologies can make, online dating better. But if you ask me how to do it, unfortunately, I can't say anything because I'm in marketing. I might know what people are thinking, how people are feeling, how do they behave. But I need to work with people in computer science, people in engineering, to put people's thoughts, feeling, and behavior into the algorithm to make online dating better. And that's the reason why you not only come to my talk today, you're also joining the other talks by other professors in the coming weeks. Let's see the next one. Oh, this is a really short one. I love the short questions. What is true love? This is the shortest question, which might have a very long answer. And different people have different answers, obviously. But for me, true love is when I need help, my high school friend helped me how to do this public talk. True love is during my PhD studies, my PhD advisors treat me as a family member. And true love is when I'm bragging about Tinder here this afternoon, someone hasn't divorced me, but taking care of my son at home. And true love is all my dear friends who help me, encourage me, help me practice all the time. So thank you very much, my dear friends, and thank you all for joining me today.